Hi everyone, welcome to the Phoenix Rise podcast. Claire here, your host. So happy to have you with us. If you're new here, welcome to the tribe. This is the place where we talk all things spirituality and success. 3D and 5D, awakening and ambition, because guess what? You get to have it all. You don't have to sacrifice. You don't have to choose one world or the other, because you are worthy of it all, babe. So if that sounds up your street, stick along. You're in the right place. So today I want to talk to you about something really close to my heart. It was not what I planned to podcast on today at all, but it's something that's really come into my orbit today. So I just feel really cool to share this message. So we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about the difference between the frequency of collaboration and competition, and how it affects us as entrepreneurs, and how it stunts our growth, and how it keeps us exactly where we are, how it keeps us in the closed mindset, how it keeps us stuck, how it keeps us from ever being who we're truly here to be, from ever realizing our fullest potential. So we're going to dive in. I'm going to share a little bit of my story and my journey around this experience and come to a conclusion that hopefully will help you think about things a little bit differently. So let's start exploring where this stems from, right? So I think especially as women, from a very young age, we're kind of put against each other, right? We're made to feel like other women are our competition. So if you think back to your school days and you think about your friendship groups and you think about maybe, the dialogues that you have with other girls, and how it's, oh, she wants to steal your boyfriend, or, oh, so-and-so was saying this behind your back. And there's a lot of the kind of backstabbing and the pitching against each other. And even when you're in friendship groups, right, and you have these relationships, you still get that almost like bitchiness, right? It's that, he said, she said, who said, and it's all of this starts to build in our minds, in our subconsciouses of, this is what women do. We stab each other in the back. We can't be trusted around each other. We're not women's women, We're always out for ourselves. And that means against everyone else. And this is like a deep wound, right? This is like the sister wound, something I struggle a lot with. I still struggle with it. It's something that I work on regularly, but it's something that shows up in my life, and it can stem from past lives as well. It's not always necessarily from this lifetime, but it can show up over and over again. And the thing is that if you want to create something big in the world, right? If you want to create an impact, you want to create a movement, you want to be the change that you want to see in the world, you need collaboration. You need people to get behind you. You need support. You need people who are going to help you on that journey. You need camaraderie, not competition. You need inspiration, not demoralization. So this is, a really important area for us to look into and to explore and to understand why it's coming up. And then secondly, what we can do about it, right? Because it's all very well being aware of it, but if we don't know how we can change it, then nothing's going to change. So if you feel like maybe you've got this sister wound, if you feel like everyone around you is competition, then this podcast is for you. This episode is for you. This is why I felt the urge to share this message. So the first thing that I want to explore is, when we're looking at the people that we are inspired by, right? So your role models, the people that you look up to, the people who are living the life that you want to live. And we feel that inferiority. We feel that resentment. And we feel that sense of, well, if they've got it, it means I can't have it. They're better than me. They're more qualified than me, more experienced than me. Just better than me. Can't think of the right word there. And what we do is we have this inner dialogue to ourselves that convinces us that that is the truth. Because what we repeat to ourselves over and over again is what becomes our truth, right? Everyone has their own unique truths. And that is based on what you tell yourself over and over again to be true. That's what you will believe to be true. This is what your reticulator activating system does. It reinforces what you tell it to believe, to perceive, and to be. So when we're seeing that and we're convincing ourselves that it means that they're better than us, that we're not good enough, that we're not strong enough, that we're not able to be like them, we think that someone else has got something and so we can't have it. So this is scarcity mindset. And what it means is we're looking at it like a pie, right? We're looking at it like a pie. And it's like, okay, they've got half of the pie, let's say. So that means that half of the pie is gone forever. It's gone out into the universe. Like they have it. That means I can't access that. And we seem to forget that abundance is all-encompassing. It's never ending. If you just think about the stats, right? How many new millionaires are being made year upon year upon year? Hundreds of thousands. New millionaires every single year in the UK and the United States alone. Where does that extra money come from? Where does it come from? So yeah, you could say the bank, you could say the government, whatever is coming into your head, but behind that, where does it come from? It comes from energy, it comes from source, it is infinite. There is not a limited finite resource of abundance. It is limitless. And when we start to change our perception of this and we realize that because someone else has more, it doesn't mean I have less. If I have more, it doesn't mean someone else has less. When we flip that narrative and we realize that actually the more we have, the more impact we can make, the greater reach we can have, the more we can help other people as well. Because abundance is not limited. It is here for all of us for the asking. But when we're in this mindset of everyone who is successful is competition, the frequency that we're putting out to the universe is that we're not ready for that kind of success. Because we're shutting ourselves off from matching that frequency. Because success is a mindset game, right? I mean, I have a whole other episode on this, but success is 80% mindset, 20% strategy. If you just focus on strategy, you're going to hit a ceiling. And once you've hit that ceiling, you're fucked until you do mindset work, because the only way that you're going to go over that ceiling is going to be the mindset work. Your strategy is only going to get you to a certain level. The rest is energetics. It's mindset. It's who you are. It's what you believe is possible for you and what is available for you and what you are capable of and what you are worthy of, and all of that stuff that I teach inside my programs. So if you've got the mindset of all of these other successful people are competition for you, then the frequency that you're emitting to the universe is that you're not ready to hold that frequency. You're not matching it. You're not a vibrational match. You're misaligned. And if you're misaligned, you can't possibly be on the same trajectory. You have to meet that frequency. You have to match that vibration. And the way you do that is by embodying the same mindset, the same ethos, the same beliefs that the successful people you aspire to be, that inspire you, have. Now, if we look around at those kind of people, So let's look at people. Let's just take a few of my inspirations as an example. So people like Mel Robbins, like Tony Robbins, like Lisa Nichols, amazing empowerment speakers. Now, what do you notice about all of them? They share their message. They are constantly working with other amazing people, all of them. Always, you will see them all the time with other people. You will see them collaborating with other people. You will see them hyping other people up. You will see them advocating for other people, even in the same sector. And this is a massive block, right? When you feel like, let's say you have a podcast, for example, and maybe you're a bit worried about interviewing someone who's doing the same thing as you, who's in the same sector as you. Now that is a scarcity mindset, because what's happening is you're feeling like, well, if they're on my podcast, they're going to take away some of my customers. Some of my customers are going to go to her instead of me. But actually, everyone attracts their tribe, right? So you might be attracted to me, you might be attracted to someone else to work with, and that's fine, because no one is for everyone. And it's all about attracting your people. So if that happened and you did that podcast and some of your audience were drawn to your guest, then that's amazing, because you've helped those people who weren't your tribe. They like you and they like your orbit, but they're not your tribe, as in you're not the one that's meant to help them on their journey in that way. And you've put them into the same space. You've brought them into each other's worlds. You've been the facilitator. And that's beautiful, because then you get into the whole law of attraction, which will thank you for that. And that will reciprocate, and it will bring around what goes around, right? Law of karma, what goes around comes around. You're doing good, so good will come to you. But if you're in the mindset of, okay, I can't have someone on my podcast who does the same thing as me because it's taking away some of my customers, then that is a scarcity mindset. And that is never going to enable you to grow, to be the person that you are capable of being, that you are here to be, that you're yearning to be. Because you need to realize that abundance is all encompassing. It's limitless. As we said, it is abundant by nature. And so your customers, your tribe will always find you, will always be drawn to you, will always want you. And that's not to say they can't want other people as well, but they will still want you, because you're a magnetic match, because your frequency aligns with their frequency. But if you see everyone else's competition, then you're going to dim your frequency, because you're not stepping into your truest power. You're not harnessing your super gifts, right? Your unique gifts, your unique essence of who you are. You're dimming that light because you're too scared to share it with the world in case someone else takes some of your pie. But the actual fact is that everyone has their own pies. The pies are endless. There isn't just one pie. I don't know why I'm talking about pies. But you see what I mean? It's here for everyone. And I want to share this with you because collaboration has been a massive, massive transformation in my life. I used to have that mindset, right? That everyone was competition, especially women. Every woman who was successful, whatever success means to you, I saw as competition. It made me feel inferior. It made me feel not good enough. It made me feel inadequate. It made me feel like, how come they can and I can't? What's wrong with me? You know, boo-hoo-hoo, that whole kind of mindset of like, why me? Why not me? Why can't I have this? Wow, wow, wow. Who gives a fuck, right? Basically, what we're doing is we are talking ourselves out of success. We are self-sabotaging our growth. And when we flip that narrative, when you start to realize that people want to help you, that people want to empower you, that people want to lift you up, that people want to help you reach your fullest potential, when you start to realize that, and I'm talking about the right people, right? Not everyone will want that because some people are still in their closed mindsets, but other successful people want you to be successful, because my mindset is when you succeed, I succeed. When you grow, I grow. We're in this together, right? This is what raising the vibration of the planet is all about. It's about impacting as many lives as we can. And if that means that I work with someone else and we double our reach and we reach both of our audiences, because we both attract different people and we both magnetize different people and we both resonate with different people, that's amazing. That's to be celebrated, because we're creating even more of an impact. And if you have the mindset of, I'm gonna give you some of my old mindsets, right? So, okay, that means I only get half of the money. Yeah? Have you felt that? I used to feel that. That means I've got to give half of my money away. But half of a bigger amount is still a bigger amount. And the more money that you're making means the more lives you're touching, the more impact you are creating. Exactly, half more than I have now. So I'll just put that on the Instagram. In fact, Jane, one of my beautiful sisters, who we're creating a retreat together. Something a couple of years ago, I never would have even considered. So what would have happened? I wouldn't have done it myself, though. Do you know what would have happened? I would have sat there constantly looking at everyone else doing it, feeling like I couldn't, wanting to, yearning to, desiring to, but not knowing how and not ever getting started because I felt stuck. I didn't want to do it on my own, truth be told. I wanted to do this with someone else. But a few years ago, I wouldn't have allowed myself, because I would have thought, well, then I can't do everything my way. I can't keep all of the money. I've got to share my success, right? And this is stuff that a lot of us feel a lot of shame around. And I'm airing my dirty laundry, right? Because my job, my mission, my purpose in life is to make sure that you don't stay in the shadows, that you don't stay playing small. And what that means is we have to stand up. We have to speak up. We have to raise up. Oh my God, my seat just actually rose up. But we have to rise up to the occasion, because when we stand in our power, we empower others to do the same. And so now collaboration this year has been a game changer for me. So me and Jane are creating a retreat next year, which is going to be absolutely epic. And it means that I get to share this journey with someone who I admire and I love. And that's beautiful. And I know that, yes, I have to share half the money, but who cares? Because abundance, money needs to flow anyway, right? We're just a conduit. It flows through us. We're the vessel. We're not the container. It flows through us to reach other people. And so I now know that. And I don't have, money doesn't have power over me anymore. I have power over me. And I know that money is a tool, it is an amplifier, and it will always flow to me because I know that I am abundant. I know that I am wealthy. I mean, this is a whole nother episode. But the point that I'm making is that when you step into the energy of collaboration and you step out of the scarcity mindset of competition, your whole world will change. It will open up doors for you that you've always felt were locked before. You've been bashing at them. You've been wanting to get through them, but you haven't had the key. And that key is in the collaboration. It's in the sharing. It's in the adventure of doing this with other people. And that's not to say you have to do everything in collaboration, but sometimes there are things in your life that are meant for you to share the journey. So for me, it's events, right? So this retreat, and then there's also other events that I want to create that I know are going to be collaborations. I know it. I know in my soul that they're meant to be collaborations because my sister wound is so deep, but I know this is part of my alchemy. It's part of alchemizing that into healing it and to then transmuting it and transforming it into the empowerment message for other people. So this has been kind of like an episode about a whole load of different things, but the point that I want you to get, the message that I want you to get from this episode is that if you feel that competition, if you feel that scarcity mindset of sharing your space with someone equally as amazing, equally as incredible, or you might even perceive them to be better than you, right? They're not better than you. That's just your perception. But if you have any of those feelings, just know that when you allow yourself to heal that wound and to engage and lean into it and transmute it and embody the love that is actually within the female species, right? If you can get past those sister wounds and you can come back to the camaraderie, the community, the unity of us as one, as a family, then you will change your trajectory. You will change the future path that you have to walk. You don't have to do it alone. And you know what is the most beautiful of all? The journey is so much more enjoyable when you share it. It's so much more fun. It's so much more expansive. And it's so much more fulfilling and rewarding. And just sharing that with people is a beautiful thing to do. So I really hope that you allow yourself to lean into this message. If it triggers you, I understand. I've been there. I've been that person. So lean into that trigger and feel what the message is, what the lesson is that you're needing to learn to get past it. And when you get past it, that's when the journey begins. That's when the real journey begins, right? Of stepping into your true light, stepping into your true power, stepping into your true voice, your true message of what you're here to share with the world. So my last thoughts for you are, come away from competition, step into collaboration, because all of the successful people that you look up to, all of the people that you aspire to be, that inspire you, that motivate you, I guarantee you, they will all look out for each other. They will all collaborate. They will all share the journey. They will all advocate for each other, empower each other, and lift each other up. And that's what I want you to do too. Okay, that's my message for you today. I hope it resonated. As always, I love to hear your feedback, how this landed with you. Please do hit me up in the DMs on Instagram, drop me a note below. Let me know how this podcast impacts you in any way, because the more that you engage with the algorithm, the more it gets pushed out to other people. And that means the more lives I can touch. And that's what I'm here to do, to share this message of empowerment across the world. So until next time, I hope that you will learn to allow yourself to collaborate, because I'm rooting for your success, and so is everyone else. Okay, until next time, much love.